Okay, so now we're moving on to the next step. I'm just rolling out my green fondant right here so we can make some holly sprigs to go on our Yule log. And I have this cutter that's awesome. I love these plunger cutters because they do all the work for you. You just push it in, kind of give it a little wiggle, and then push down, and it veins the leaf and everything for you. And then what you do is you just kind of place them around and let it dry. And if you can't find something like that, though, you can usually find these online. But if you can't find it, there's a lot of places around town that just sell cookie cutters that are holly type cookie cutters. And you could just cut these like this. The only thing is it doesn't do the veining part for you. But you just put it on a foam pad. This is just a gardening pad that I use for my cake decorating. And this is a veining tool. It has a wide end and a thin end, and I want to use the thin end. And I just want to draw lightly across the top and then just kind of draw out some little lines. You usually want to go from the inside here to one of these points like that. Okay? And then if you want these to be a little bit more pointed, you can just kind of give them a little pinch on the edges and then kind of do the same thing, just twist it up and let it dry. Okay, so I've already done some of those ahead of time. And I also like to go ahead and add a little bit of luster dust to them. This is actually called a holly green luster dust. And I usually will put some on a brush and then kind of dab the excess off in the lid and then just go around it in dust. You could also, if you want to kind of highlight the edges, you could take a little bit of a gold and kind of highlight around the edges with gold. That looks nice also. So these are just dried cake crumbs. So anytime you have leftover chocolate cake, what you want to do is you just want to kind of crumble it up on cookie sheets lined with parchment paper and let it completely dry out. Okay, so for like days, let it dry out. And then you have the cake crumbs that kind of look like dirt. So that's what we can use around here. Or if you don't want to use these, like I said, you could just take some chocolate shavings and go around the edge with chocolate shavings. Now I like to go ahead and take our mushrooms and put the smaller ones usually on the log. Put like a couple up here. Like I said, remember though that you need to do these right before you're going to serve it. I don't want to go back and refrigerate this with the meringue mushrooms on there because they won't make it, won't last. Okay, a little bit of the red. Get this mushroom out of here. And we just want to make, you could use buttercream for this also, you don't have to use fondant, but just little round balls for the berries. That one's actually, well, that's a good size for this area. So we'll put 3 in there. Okay, so it's almost there. What's the one thing it's missing? Snow! We need snow. So let me just clean this up, get my snow out, and we'll finish it up.